Alright, the team's getting started here. Let's see if I fix the naming on the stream. Just gonna stretch out some issues here, see if we're gonna get... No, okay, that's wrong. We gotta fix that real quick. Alright, we got that problem sorted out. We're coming in on the pistol phase here. That wall already down. Dragon Man in that bathroom goes down. Takes Mini. Dubster peeking at that doorway. Burger exchanging a little bit of fire, hiding in this corner over here. Sykes in the back of that storage area. Repositioning Burger, putting some shots, and doesn't find anything. Dragon Man getting that hatch open. Numbskull in the back of the site. Dubster coming through. Numbskull able to take one. Dubster goes down. Sir Blur already back in A site. Dragon Man still on that hatch, putting some fire into Numbskull. The pings are now coming through. Sykes able to take Burgers. Sir Blur coming around this corner. Numbskull behind that bomb. Sir Blur able to take Numbskull. Dragon Man coming down. Kev stuck inside that storage area. Goes down to Dragon Man. Dragon Man able to put that EMP down. Sykes now in a 1v2. Coming to that front door. Or that storage door. Falling back a little bit. Able to take Blur. Dragon Man repositioning outside. Going for that hatch peek. Able to take Sykes. That first round going to Nitrogen. Didn't really get to see a whole lot of that buy phase and that beginning setup, but still a very, very good first round for Nitrogen. And a very good way to start off this game. Using that eco boost, Sir Blur able to buy a Vezin, the only Vezin on Nitrogen right now. Knights of Jerky. Still running Spectrals to keep that eco and try to even out the weapons on the next round. Dubster and Trixie setting up outside of the balcony here. Dragon Man and Burger on the roof. Sir Blur on the balcony completely alone, or gets Burger coming to support. They pop that window open. Sykes right there on that bed. Blur trying to bait that shot, going through. Sykes knows where they are. A little exchange of fire. Sykes able to take Blur. Burger not able to rotate fast enough to get that kill. Knights of Jerky rotating back to the site. That hatch is down. They're now setting up. The nades coming through. Doesn't find. Sykes very far in the back of the site. Kev also supporting in B side. Burger at the door. That wall goes down. They get another entry point. Kev gets found down the back of the side. Burger able to take one. That wall is down. They now have a huge entryway. Kev exchange some fire with Dragon. Goes down to Dragon. Numbskull able to take that refrag. Dubster taking that refrag too. Burger taking another kill. Mini by themselves, rotating up onto the site. Burger is alone on the site right now, trying to get that EMP down. Burger rotating off. They're Mini playing smart here, not overextending on those shots. Some rounds in, lets them know where they are. Dubster putting some rounds through that wall bang. Burger rotating through the back. Mini in this murder box area, or this box area. Burger setting up that proxy. Mini now knows where they are. Mini repositioning, trying to get some shots off. Hurts Burger. Trixie going for a pinch. Burger able to take that kill while Trixie fakes left. That pinch working in Nitrogen's favor. Nitrogen taking another round. That eco boost allowing them to buy a couple more Vezins. 4 Vezins now on the table. That save from Knights of Jerky, allowing them to buy Vezins as well, evening out that eco. A very, very stacked eco, but if they do not win this round, they're going to have to go for another save round, which is not the place you want to be fighting Vezins. A whole lot of eco bought by Nitrogen. Let's see how they're going to implement that into this push. Dragon setting up on the laundry window. That door goes down, that pre-nade doesn't find. Sykes and Mini in the coat hanger area. Ping's now coming through. Sir Blur able to take Sykes. Mini now alone, putting some wall bangs through, doesn't find anything. Dragon commits to that laundry room, goes all the way through. Mini trying to wall bang. Dragon setting up that wall. That wall goes down. That wall is now wide open. Mini able to take that kill. Ping's now coming through. Nitrogen setting up this wall over on the garage side. Kev behind that table. Knows where they are. Mini able to take one. Dubster able to take that kill. Grabbing that Vezin. Those Vezins now in possession of Nitrogen. That buy by Knights of Jerky doing a whole lot of work here. Burger and Dubster over here in garage. Mini able to take Dubster. The ping's now coming through. Sir Blur way off in that front in main. Burger still in garage, holding that hard angle. Mini putting some pre-fire in, peeks around that angle. Numbskull takes some damage. Mini able to take Burger with that Vezin. Sir Blur now alone behind the van. Spots Mini, is not able to take that kill. Now in a 1v3. Mini and Numbskull kinda hurt here, but they still have that number and Vezin advantage. And he putting some free fire in. Sir Blur with that cloak playing off this hatch. Goes to the side, able to take one. Mini not able to take that refrag. Now getting aggressive through that coat hanger, gets taken out by Mini. Mini doing a whole lot of work there, cutting off that whole approach, keeping Nitrogen outside of the site. That first round going to Knights of Jerky. That eco, that buy, definitely a smart investment, allowing them to get allowing them to catch Nitrogen kind of off guard at the garage area. Numbskull, Kev, and Sykes having to buy pistols again for that. Having to run an eco round. Nitrogen still able to buy Vezins. The whole team running Vezins now. They have that eco advantage. All of Nitrogen playing from that roof. These teams are very close on the standings right now. So Knights of Jerky is gonna be trying to get that position from Nitrogen. That window goes open. Blur repositioning off on the shower window. Gets that window open. Doesn't find anything. That drone spotting out a few defenders. They've spotted that static. Burger repositioning off that, not going for that B long. Wallbangs come through, doesn't find anybody yet. Wallbangs from the defender side. Dragon goes into the site, setting up that wall. Are they going to play super aggressive like they did that last time and try to get control of that site? Dragon repositioning, that wall goes open. Kev alone on the site with that Spectral fighting Vezins. Burger able to take Mini down main. Or that long hallway. Dragon Man able to take Kev. Nitrogen sweeping through that site with that aggression, able to push all the way through and gain control, getting another win. That eco advantage definitely helping in that situation. Knights of Jerky able to buy again. 2 Resins on the table, 1 Marui. Dragon Man again setting up on that laundry window. Looks like Nitrogen is going to go for that attempt for that garage push again. Looks like Knights of Jerky anticipating the opposite. Or not, playing from connector. Looks like they're gonna kind of even out their plays here from each site. Mini playing as a roam on the top floor. That drone goes out trying to get some recon through garage. Again, that same play. They get those windows open. And that drone coming through. Sykes can hear that drone. Just barely peeks through. Doesn't find anything. Wallbangs coming through. Does a lot of damage on Dragon Man and Dubster. Then Wallbangs overcompensating. Doesn't find anything. That nade comes through from Blur. Able to take one. All the walls go down. Nitrogen getting a whole lot of angles. Sir Blur getting aggressive. Able to take one. Kev on that flank. Trick setting up that floor for the trick play. Blur able to take one. Kev on that flank. Now in a 1v4. Goes down to Dubster. Anticipating that flank. Nitrogen getting another win. That eco advantage at the beginning doing a whole lot. Nitrogen able to keep possession of those Vezins, hurting Knights of Jerky's economy. That this whole game keeping it super low and forcing these pistol rounds. Coming into round 6, we're about to run. We're about to go to that turnover phase. We are on that turnover phase. This is where you're going to see those ecos really get spent. Not where you want to be. Not the phase you want to be having to run a save round. Only one Vezin bought by Knights of Jerky because that's all they can get. Setting up that hatch. The hatch goes down. The drones are out. Wallbang's coming through. Not finding anybody yet. Drone is in. That smoke cutting off that long angle of the hatch. Burger and Dragon Man already on the side. Dragon Man again setting up that wall. That wall goes down. Can they gain control of the site like they did these last couple rounds? Kevin Numbskull on the back of the side running with those spectrals. Dubster running through, able to take one, able to take the second. They now have control of that side. That flashbang goes through, hits Dubster. Dragon goes down on that rotate. Sykes able to take Dubster from the belong, allowing them to rotate, allowing Knights of Jerky to rotate back through that connector. One of them goes down. Sir Blur goes down to Mini. Mini able to take. They now have control of that site. Now in a 2v1, Mini alone. Setting up that proxy, now behind that bomb. Trixie watching for it, doesn't see. Mini able to take two. That EMP wide open. Mini able to take possession of a Vezin. And completely turn around that last round, getting that clutch. On turnover, this is the round that is going to. This is usually the round that evens it out. This is where you're going to see who is going to get that early eco advantage from that first round. Looks like Knights of Jerky setting up outside of the storage and B-wall area. Kev playing from, rotating back to cellar. Sykes and Numbskull on the skylight. Looks like they're going to go for a pinch. They have to be very coordinated if they want this attack to work. We're going to see if that coordination can shine through for this match. Wallbangs come through that wall. Is able to get set up. Drone goes out by Mini. Under that door. Numbskull able to take one on that flank. Can this pinch work as they've intended it to? That wall goes down. Trixie alone in the B site. Pings come through. Sykes able to peek that angle. Able to take Trixie. Nitrogen way off the site now. That EMP down. Blur trying to reposition. Able to take Kev in A. Regaining control over A. Moving through connector. Moving fast, trying to bait some shots. Comes through. Blur goes down. Dubster again in connector. Rotating around that bomb. Numbskull. It looks like they're going to go for a pinch. Able to take Dubster. Burger now in a 1v4 in Garage. Bringing it down to a 1v3. Able to take Mini. Nico able to take Burger. Shutting down that recovery from Nitrogen. That play from Knights of Jerky, just opening up every single door, that pinch, perfectly coordinated. Able to completely control that site, catching Nitrogen off guard. Looks like Knights of Jerky are going to save that eco and possibly go for a Vezin third round. Interesting play. You usually are going to see at least one or two Vezins on that second round, but looks like they're going to try to keep that eco and bring it to a tie before they get that Vezin out. Nitrogen all running Spectrals. King of Jerky still running Spectrals. Numbskull running a Taurus. Burger and Blur playing from Garage. Kind of far off. That pre-nade goes through. Finds Numbskull. Does some damage. Numbskull able to take Burger with that counter pre-nade. Blur taking some fire. Dragon Man able to take two. Cutting off that laundry room. Blur able to take one with that wall bang. Sykes repositioning. Nico still outside. Rotating around. Dubster able to take one. Nico now in a 1v1. Able to take Dubster on that refrag. Bringing it to a 1v3. Blur and Garage. That ping now coming through. They know Blur has to be there. Nico playing from outside. Blur getting aggressive, peeks around, goes down. Not able to pick up that kill. Nico bringing it down to a 2v1. They now know where they are. Or Nitrogen now knows where they are. That EMP outside below Laundry. Trixie and Laundry watching that Dragon Man right by that door. Nico has to make a play here. Will they go for that save round or get super aggressive and try to clutch up this game? Dragon in this very tight angle. Nico with that cloak. Dragon Man's very, very close here. Nico has that health advantage. Setting up for that door. That cloak turns off at the wrong time. Nico trying to get a position, trying to clear out as many angles as possible before they go in. Repositioning that window, goes for the roof. Dragon Man hears that audio. A little bit of a reposition from Nico here. Are they going to save? Are they trying to do a bit of an alternative strat? I cannot tell. Setting up on balcony, pushing through balcony. All the way down the stairs. Dragon Man in theater. Nico taking it quiet. 20 seconds on the clock. They have to make a play here. That site wide open. They do not have that EMP. Trixie and Garage, 10 seconds left. Nico having control of Bravo. Putting the connector. Gets spotted by Trixie. That wallbang coming through. Peeks around that angle. It will take Trixie. Nitrogen getting that round from the time. Kind of a save, but also matched with that aggression. Not able to take that round. That save helping Knights of Jerky out a little bit. They're all able to buy those high-powered weapons. 4 Vezins bought 1 Marui. Nitrogen buying 3 Vezins and 1 Marui. Nitrogen in the lead 5-3. Knights of Jerky is going to be looking to try and keep Nitrogen from getting this next round because they do not want to have to fight for this tie. Alright, 7 seconds on the clock. Looks like they're setting up outside of Cellar. Numbskull kind of playing from that other door. Gonna pinch anybody that's trying to defend from here. That Jerome leading the charge. Again, all the Nitrogen players, or a lot of the Nitrogen players playing off the site. Dragon Man on the soft roam. Blur on that hard roam above. Knights of Jerky able to push into Cellar. Numbskull and Mini able to push right up into Arcade. Looks like they're going to set up that same play they played that last time on the bottom floor. Sir Blur able to take 1. Able to take 3, pushing, cutting off that flank. Mini able to take 1. Mini now in a 1v4 with that Vezin. Pushed back into that A hallway. Able to take another. Blur goes down. Now bringing it to a 1v3. Mini cannot afford to save this round. Even if they do save, that Vezin won't matter because it'll be the turnover. It looks like they're repositioning to B site. Nitrogen focusing on that angle in arcade, and A controlling A. They have that numbers advantage, but Mini has that stem and that Vezin. They're playing it super quiet here. Definitely the smart play. You do not want to let them know where you are before you're ready to let them know where you are. Just like that, making some noise, trying to get their attention. Maybe trying to bait some kills out. In this kind of situation, you definitely want to take as many picks as they'll give you before you have to make that major approach. 50 seconds left. Dubster right behind this tool bench area. Mini moving through connector. Speed clearing, able to take Burger. Dubster able to take that refrag, shutting down that clutch from Knights of Jerky. Nitrogen now 6-3. Knights of Jerky now have to push for that tie. Their ego's not looking too good. One Marui still able to be bought. Nitrogen still able to full buy. That flank from Nitrogen just able to catch Knights of Jerky off guard enough to let them bring it to a 1v4. And once it was to that 1v4, that last kill bringing it to a 1v, the 1v4, doing a lot of work. Nitrogen playing smart here. Knights of Jerky have to stop that that quick rotate. Playing most of it together here, opening up that skylight. Burger at the bottom of that skylight. Kev bailing off. Those pings now coming through. Burger hiding in that doorway area. Nitrogen all playing mostly off the site here. That hatch goes down. Another entry point. Blur able to take one. Mini knows that Blur's there. Blur able to take Mini. Knights of Jerky now in a 3v5. Blur kind of hurt here. Knights of Jerky kind of rethinking their play, moving back to the roof. That ping's coming through. They know Dubster has to be in that corner. But they do not have that numbers advantage. Burger at the bottom of this, are still in that little corner. Trixie in the back of that ammo crate. Knights of Jerky setting up on the skylight. How aggressive are we going to see this next play? Are they going to try to get control of that site and force Nitrogen to have to take some losses to try and regain control? Numbskull runs through. They're getting aggressive here. Trixie gets found out, setting off that proxy. Not able to fully take Trixie. Trixie able to take two. Burger able to take that flank. Nitrogen winning that first map. A little bit of a celebration from Nitrogen. Knights of Jerky getting cut off a whole bunch of those rounds, not able to get fully control, or not fully get control of those sites. Let's see how they're going to play on map 2. If they can try. Once you get to map 2, you start to learn the other team's play style, and you can kind of counter it a bit better, because that first round is completely fresh for both teams. So we're going to see if that will translate into this game, or into this next map. Thanks for the recommendation, Robin. I got told to do that, but I keep forgetting. Again, these teams pretty close on that leaderboard. Only like 7 off. See what that next map's gonna be. Looks like it hasn't been voted yet. They're still deciding on that next map. See what the next map's gonna be. These teams' play styles kind of similar. You see those similarities at the when they get aggressive. Their Knights of Jerky's play at the beginning, knocking down all those walls and controlling that site, super effective. If they can start using that on offense on these next couple maps, then I think that could be their ticket to winning this game. Nitrogen with those flanks and that aggression on enforcers and the flanks on revolters, they need to start working to repel those or get on that site and control it. Don't really know what's going on here, so we're just gonna wait down and see. Looks like Nitrogen lost a few players. So did Knights of Jerky. Looks like they're taking 10. All right. We're going to take a little break here. We're going to go to the starting soon screen and wait for that round to come back. Alright, sorry about that delay there. Looks like we've got the players for both sides back after that 10-minute break. Looks like the map has been chosen. Let's see. After that break, did they rethink their strategy, or are they going to play a little bit differently than they did in these last couple games, or this last map? We're about to see moving into Factory on map 2. A lot of tension growing here at the button. Who's going to press it? Will it be Dubster or Mini? We're going to see. Mini having a little bit of a height advantage. Goes through. The button is pressed. We are moving to Factory on map 2. That first map going to Nitrogen, I believe, yeah. This next map, Knights of Jerky are going to try to reclaim and push to that third game and try to get this win here. That's Spectral, definitely the meta for VRML. Everybody running right now on both sides. Knights of Jerky setting up outside of the storage door. A little bit split off. Nico and Syke setting up outside of that orange hallway window. Playing a little bit far back from the door, trying to avoid those pre-nades. Blur on the top of the floor. Will they go for that spawn peek? No, they hear Kev coming around that angle. Will Kev find Blur coming around that door? Doesn't peek that angle. Blur able to take Kev. Now the ping's coming through. They know Kev's up there. That nade goes through. Doesn't find. Burger able to take one. Able to take that second. Mini able to take that kill on Blur. Trying to peek. Mini now in a 1v4. Dragon peeking that window. Two of the Nitrogen players peeking outside. They don't find Mini. Dragon through that main entrance. A whole lot of stimuli coming through to Mini. Dubster able to take Mini. Barely able to take Mini. Taking a whole lot of damage for their efforts at 1 HP that first round going to Nitrogen. You saw in that last map, Nitrogen played that eco advantage and played a Vez in the second round. It looks like they're going to do that same thing here again. Only one Vez bought by Dragon. Oh, it's sold. Are they going to do the same play that Knights of Jerky did, where they kept those pistols, even though they won that game, or that round, they kept those pistols for the second round and had that eco advantage and just caught Nitrogen completely off guard. It looks like that's what the play is going to be here. Knights of Jerky also doing the same thing, not able to buy, sticking to the Spectrals, the trusted sidearm of VRML and comp as a whole. Nico moving kinda off from the rest of the team. Kev also moving kinda off. Getting that blue window open. They open up a bunch of angles. You see this you see them doing this a lot, getting a lot of entry points open, so they have as many points to assault from. And a whole lot more spaces for Nitrogen to have to look out for. Clearing out lobby, Kev able to move right up to that staircase. Blur on that flank, right behind Numbskull here. Blur with the pinch. Mini gets found by Burger. That nade comes through. Burger able to take Kev. That nade comes through. Doesn't find anybody. Blur getting aggressive down the stairs. Moving down the stairs. Mini knows they're there. Blur not peeking that angle. Comes around that angle. Blur able to flick around and take Mini. Completely cutting off that blue push. Sykes already in display. Able to take one. Dragon with that wallbang able to take. Blur on that refrag. Dragon goes down. Sykes now in a 1v3. Blur trying for that flank. Blur playing that flank this entire match. Getting super aggressive, making a lot of noise. Doesn't find Blur. Or Blur doesn't find Sykes. Dubster able to take that refrag. That pinch playing off for Nitrogen. That save also working. Both teams playing the same strat there with that eco. Both teams able to buy Vezins. The economy looking very balanced right now. 4 Vezins bought for Knights of Jerky. Knights of Jerky buy another Vezin, now 5 Vezins. They have to win this round now, or they're going to be forced into that another save round. Nitrogen also able to buy Vezins, 4 Vezins, 1 Marui again. You see that split a lot. That person with that Marui usually playing closer to the site, but taking a lot less aggressive angles than those Vezins, because that Marui can hit a lot further shots than the Vezin could. Sykes gets that window open. They're moving through Fax. Dragon Man right outside that table room. Hears them breach that window. Sykes alone in the office area. Dragon Man on that flank. Nico able to take Blur. Sets up that wall. Dragon Man coming around that corner. Sykes doesn't see. Dragon moving around. Able to take Sykes. Burger now in storage. Sykes was not able to get that hatch blown. Dragon peeking that window. Numbskull now found outside by that tank. Knights of Jerky pushing all the way through assembly. Again, Trixie playing on the site in connector with those long angles with that Marui. Kev able to take Burger, cutting off that storage. Burger, a very good flanker. That's a good kill. That's what they need to even it out into a 3v3. Looks like they're repositioning. Dragon Man on that flank, able to take 2. Numbskull now alone in a 1v3. That EMP in assembly, now in possession of Nitrogen. Numbskull going to the roof. It would be safe to save here. So are they going to go for that save? Looks like they are going to go for that save on the roof. Knights of Jerky keep getting caught outside. They have to get at least inside the building and start holding rooms to try and hold off Nitrogen and those flanks. Knights of Jerky just barely able to make it into the sites this map. It looks like Nitrogen has kind of rethought their play here, getting a lot more rotation heavy. Knights of Jerky playing a little bit more passive, but getting stuck outside and in these far rooms, not quite on the sites. 10 seconds left. Looks like they are going for that save. A smart play coming into on round 3. Nitrogen getting that win. Now putting Nitrogen 3 and 3-0 on round 4. We're going to see, was that save worth it? Will it pay off? Numbskull able to keep possession of that Vezin. One Marui bot. Nitrogen's really comfortable with that eco. Still able to buy Vezins. Blur going... Looks like Blur doesn't have a Vezin right now. Will they buy? We're going to see. Looks like they are. Okay. Blur with that Vezin. The whole team running Vezins. Again, Trixie with that. Marui playing those long angles from mid. Or from connector. Sorry. Looks like Knights of Jerky setting up for a hatch play. Very comfortable play. Definitely a smart idea for what the score looks like right now. That hatch gets set up. Looks like they are going to go for it. Kind of playing for that shark play. Playing quiet on that audio. Burger and Tetris. Kev getting going loud. They're playing off that timing. Numbskull able to take one. Burger repositioning. Kev in Tetris. Burger coming around that, or Kev coming around the angle, gets taken by Burger. Burger, that flanker, goes down to that Marui. Burger on that flank gets taken out. That flank gets cut off. Those walls. Jerky doing their... Knights of Jerky doing their strong suit by opening up every single one of these angles. The ping's now coming through. Sykes able to take Blur. They now have Trixie in the back of the site here. Dragon on that flank. That EMP goes down. Dragon able to take one on that. Trying to rotate off. Dragon moving through locker room, able to take another. Dragon goes down to Numbskull, shutting down that retake by Nitrogen. Jerky, Knights of Jerky taking their first round and getting a few Vezins in possession. That first win is definitely the step they need, because it allows them on that turnover, when they go to Revolters, it allows them to be able to fight for that win and not have to force a tie. I've seen teams go from 5-1 to 7-1, or to 7-5 before. It's very, very possible. You just have to play the game right. We're gonna see if Knights of Jerky can get a couple more rounds under their belt before that turnover, to give them a lot more breathing room when they switch. Burger and Lobby. Kev moving above with that drone. Knights of Jerky opening up the windows here. Burger still above. Burger able to take Nico at main right before they can come through. That EMP is now wide open. Burger having that wide angle with the Marui. Or with that Vezin. Blur going right up to that window. Goes that nade goes through. That nade was not primed. It doesn't find anything. Kev going down the stairs. Sykes able to take Trixie. They now know where Sykes is. Blur standing right in the middle of the door. Falls back. Dragon leaning through that window. Has a very good angle on Sykes. Sykes takes some damage. Not able to fully kill Sykes. They now know where Dragon is. Kev alone on that flank. Again, Jerky getting caught and stuck outside. Kev still on that flank. Dragon peeking that window again. Mini able to take Dragon when they peek. Sykes goes down to Burger. Burger still on that catwalk. Kev now in that orange hallway. Sir Blur moving around. Has their gun down. Kev able to take. Dubster alone on that bottom floor. Burger above. Numbskull behind them now. Kev goes back outside to assist Mini. Numbskull able to take. They now know where Numbskull is. Burger at the top of the catwalk. Takes some fire. Able to take Mini. Numbskull goes down to Burger. Kev now in a 1v1. They now know where Burger is at the top of the stairs. Kev has a bunch of angles to assault from. Burger's watching that main. Kev deciding to commit to the main entrance. Peeking nice and slow. Burger able to take that kill, having that peeker's advantage. Nitrogen getting another round under their belt. Coming into round 5. Coming into round 6. This is the round where you're going to see those ecos get spent. This is where you're going to see a whole bunch of util get bought from both sides. Because that eco is not going to matter when it goes to that turnover. Nitrogen still comfortable with that eco. Able to buy Vezins and that Marui. Still very, very, very comfortable with that eco. Knights of Jerky kind of mirroring that 3 Vezins bought. So Nitrogen has that weapons advantage. Can Knights of Jerky play it right and exploit those weak spots and try to take some Vezins? Dragon moving right up into Tetris, right behind Sykes. If Sykes makes too much noise, they could get peeked by Dragon. We're going to see if that's going to happen. Making a lot of noise. Dragon moving a little bit. Numbskull meeting up with Sykes. Dragon very close here. They're going to go for that window. Can this 2-on-1 take Dragon, or will Dragon take the 2 here? Burger kind of assisting. Burger assisting off on that angle. Looks like they're going to go for that refrag. They come through that window fast. Dragon Man able to take 2 while they look off. That hatch is now blown. Burger able to take. Kevin Mini now in a 2v5. Mini with that Spectral. Kev able to take 1 with that, take Burger with that Vezin. Able to take a second. That nade doesn't go all the way up. Gets caught on that roof. Mini still with that Spectral. They've brought it to a 2v3. That's definitely a better spot. It's going to lighten some pressure. They can work off of that. Dragon Man falling back to that Tetris area. Kev and Dragon Man peeking the same angle. Dragon Man goes down, bringing it to a 2v2. Very, very close here. Can Knights of Jerky get another round before turnover on this major buy round? Mini has to get kind of aggressive and go for one of those Vezins. Nitrogen playing on the site with those longer ranged one-hit weapons. They're kind of thinking of deciding on a play here. They're committing. They go through, set off that proxy. That wallbang doesn't find anybody yet. Kev all the way through Locker. That wall gets primed up. Trixie on the top of that head peak. Knights of Jerky setting through. Trixie taking their time on their shots. Able to take Mini. Sir Blur able to come and assist. Kev getting aggressive with that pre-fire. Trixie able to take Kev. That pre-fire. Announcing Kev's position. Nitrogen, or Trixie, taking it nice and calm. Able to take that kill. Let's fix the names here real quick. That's right. Okay, cool. Nitrogen now 5-1. Knights of Jerky having that one win. Is that enough room to be able to get that, to still be able to take that win? We're going to see how Knights of Jerky play on the defense and try to gain back a few rounds. And if that round win really helps out, we're gonna see. Nitrogen setting up again. They play very apart, but they're able to pinch at the right times. Dragon already in. Looks like they're setting up for that hatch. That hatch gets blown. Nico alone in A site. Mini in bathroom. That nade goes out. Doesn't find Mini. Burger on gravel. Mini repositioning to peak. Burger. Trixie coming to support. Mini still in bathroom. Kind of stuck here between those two windows. Trixie can hear, sees where they are. Dragon moving down orange stairs. Taking it nice and slow, that aggression. Slowing down at the right times, that wall goes down. They do not have to get too fast here. They have 2 minutes on the clock. Sykes playing in the back of Connector. Mini still pinched. Dragon Man able to take Nico in A. Opening up A. Sykes still in Connector. Mini still stuck in bathroom. Dragon Man open wide to get that EMP down. Doesn't fully commit to that EMP. That nade goes out. Able to take Sykes. Mini able to take Trixie. Dubster able to take that refrag. Dragon Man able to put that EMP down. Kev now in a 1v3. Brings it to a 1v3. Dragon Man getting aggressive. Able to take Kev. Faking that rotate and able to take Kev through that window. Or this little, what is this? Is it a window? It looks like a window. In this cubicle. Nitrogen now comfortably in the lead at 6-1. Knights of Jerky have to fight for that tie. And if they fight for that tie, they can try and make this whole game matter on that last round. Nitrogen getting comfortable with that, confident with that eco. 2 Vezins bot. Knights of Jerky kind of pushing a Hail Mary here with that Viper, the RCP, and the RCP. Can they use those guns and try to cut down on Nitrogen's Vezins and get possession of 1 or 2 of them? 1 or both. Burger opening up Generator. Again, they're playing very separated, but not super separated. They can still play off each other. That drone goes through. Kev, here's that drone. Can he take that drone? He takes the drone. That vending window goes open. They're opening up a bunch of angles here. Dragon Man making a bunch of noise on that hatch. Burger swinging through Generator. That pre-fire. Kev knows that Burger is in Generator now. Those wallbangs come through. Find Burger. Burger not fully going down. Kev flanking around that angle. Able to take 1. That allows Nitrogen to set up that wall and get that vending wall down. Dragon Man will take that refrag. Dubster and Trixie going down. Sykes able to take Dragon Man. Sykes on that flank. Kev moving also with that flank. Sir Blur in a 1v3 or 1v2 takes Sykes. Now very hurt. Mini knows they're hurt. Getting aggressive. Blur repositioning down the stairs. They can afford to save here. They have that major advantage. Is Blur going to go for that save? That EMP's down in vending. That save would be smart. Blur very hurt at 5 HP. Kev having that Vezin. Having that Vezin mini, having a Spectral. Blur kinda not really in that eco advantage, just kinda evening it out here. The ping's now coming through that ping through Tetris. Blur moving up through vending, gets seen by Kev. Some fire comes through, commits the site. Mini behind in the back site. Blur reconsidering, goes out. Pretty smart play. You do not want to overplay those angles. And Blur knows that, not staying in vending. Repositioning to get a long angle all the way through Tetris. It looks like Blur was considering that clutch, but it looks like they're, with only 10 seconds on the clock, it looks like they are going to go for that save. That second round going to Knights of Jerky. We're going to see, will that save from Nitrogen do too much damage to pet? It looks like, I honestly don't know. That Dragon Man not able to buy a Vezin, and Dubster also not able to buy Vezins. 2 Vezins still in Nitrogen's possession, and 1 Marui. Knights of Jerky taking a major hit to their eco that round. A whole lot of them going down, only 1 Vezin bought. Is that round that they saved and gave Jerky just a little bit of breathing room with that extra win? Can Jerky bring it back here? Can they push that tie and force it into a third map? Burger and Dubster going all the way through orange window. Looks like they're going to go for the hatch in servers. They are. That hatch gets primed. They set it up. It goes through. They're now in storage. They have control of storage. Dubster identifying that wall blocker, that door blocker. That does sound like a good idea. I feel like they should add wall blockers to cut off those approaches. Nitrogen playing it kind of passive. They have a whole lot of breathing room at 6 and 2. That wall goes down. Knights of Jerky playing kind of passive. That incendiary goes out. They're playing on the site. They do not have the weapons advantage. That nade goes through, finds Dubster. Does a lot of damage. Trixie and Dubster very hurt. The pings from Enforcers now coming through. Sykes able to take Dubster with that Cadillo. They now know Sykes' position. Blur on assembly. Burger and Trixie playing from storage, playing kind of passive here. Sykes able to take another. Burger goes down. bringing Nitrogen into a 3v5. Trixie along with that EMP in storage. That nade goes out, able to find Dragon. That nade from Numbskull, bringing it to a 2v5. They now know that they're in assembly. Blur goes down, priming up that wall. The wall bangs come through. Can it find? It finds Sir Blur. Numbskull with those wall bangs, getting another win for Jerky. For Knights of Jerky. Knights of Jerky now in a three versus, or now with 3 wins versus 6. That tie within reach. That eco boost giving Knights of Jerky 4 Vezins and 1 Marui. Nitrogen taking a little bit of an eco boost, or an eco hit, but still able to buy Vezins. Trixie with the save, running a Spectral. 15 seconds left. Is Nitrogen gonna bring back that aggression from the first map and these past couple rounds? We're going to see. Looks like they are, again, they play very split up, but they're able to reconnect at the perfect time and catch Knights of Jerky out off guard. Knights of Jerky deciding to play on the site this time. It's like Kev is doing a bit of a soft roam. Nitrogen able to go through the orange staircase. Dubster taking a hit from that trip mine on the stairs. Mini in the back of the site gets spotted by Dubster, and that drone gets taken. Numbskull not fast enough to take that refrag. That nade goes out, doesn't find anything. Numbskull knows Dubster's there. That nade goes out, able to find, or Dragon Man catches that friendly fire. Numbskull getting aggressive, able to pinch Dubster. Sir Blur able to take Numbskull on that refrag. Sykes and Kev now in a 2v3. Kev putting some wall bangs through. Nitrogen still on that hatch. Knights of Jerky kind of reconnecting here. The wall bangs come through, it doesn't find. Berg takes a little bit of damage. They've pinged it now. That EMP's now down. They have to fight for that EMP. Kev coming through connector. A whole bunch of angles open. This is going to be a very, very tough fight for Knights of Jerky to win, but they have to win this next round, or they're gonna have to they're gonna lose this map. Sykes moving from the back. Kev able to take Burger, jumping down, bringing it to a 2v2. Sir Blur on the top of the hatch. That EMP's now within range. Trixie at the top of the stairs. Kev going for that kill. Trixie able to take Sir Blur on that pinch. Able to take Sykes. That game, or that map, going to Nitrogen. Again, those pinches from Nitrogen. A whole lot of work. That celebration again from Nitrogen. Getting those first 2 maps down and in the bag. Very well played. Knights of Jerky not quite able to catch up and cut down or stop those quick approaches and flanks. Amazing plays from both teams here. That the matching of that aggression, the skill levels kinda similar. Their playstyle is kinda similar, but that the aggression from Nitrogen and the way they play off the sights and on those quick pinches, catching Knights of Jerky off guard a whole lot of the time. Knights of Jerky not getting kinda caught out in the open on a bunch of those pinches, getting caught under the pressure. Still very well played from both teams. A very, very interesting match.